Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Kal Halayam La Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught us this 100% truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Salutations, peace, blessings, and safety into the hopeful elect, especially in these times. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Barakatam and Shalom. That's the brother Abiyah with another lesson through the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying unto the elect through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. All right, we all laboring for that penny. We all laboring for that penny. All right, and Lord willing, I'm gonna go through the scriptures, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah willing, it makes sense, and it's edifying. But we all laboring in that penny, meaning us who's been called into this truth, us who's been blessed with this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. This gift of understanding the mysteries of the Lord's word, man, of the Holy Scriptures. Being from the breakdowns of our apostles and elders, them passing down that knowledge unto us through the Spirit, and us picking up the plow and beginning to labor in that work that was started before us. Right? This labor, being this truth, man, teaching this word, the prophets, we all laboring for that penny, man. Because this is work. That's why if we starting with the apostles, we call it doing the work. All right, we stand occupied, constantly meditating in His work, man, because it's at the end of the day. First of all, this is our reasonable service. This is what we're supposed to be doing. This is what we was called and commanded to do. But furthermore, it's a reward for laboring in His work. All right. We're gonna go to First Corinthians 15 and verse 58. It says, it's getting straight to the point. It says, "Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord." Right? And as we understand, man, the work of the Lord is fearing the Lord, keeping His commandments, rehearsing the righteous acts. Right? It's not only about prophesying. That's a major part of the Lord's work. Right? And that's part of the work. And it's a one of the most important parts of the Lord's work. But doing the Lord's work is also being charitable, being brotherly, showing that love. Right? It's many different aspects of laboring in the Lord's work, man. Doing the Lord's will is ultimately doing the Lord's work. Right? Moving in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. It says, "For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord." All right? I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, "So my dear brothers and sisters, be strong and immovable. Always work enthusiastically for the Lord." Right? That's why we're supposed to love this truth. And as brothers always say, man, we gotta be pumped up. We gotta be on fire for this truth, man. We gotta do this work fervently. Right, with that enthusiasm, because we really do love doing this work, man. I'm gonna speak for myself. I love doing this work. I love the fact, I'm very grateful that the Lord blessed me with the ability to teach this word, man. To learn it first and foremost, to understand it, and to receive it, and then to teach it. That's a blessing, man, to be able to labor in this work. It says, For you know that nothing you do for the Lord is ever useless." Right? So what we doing, man, it's not in vain. We're not doing it for nothing, man. First and foremost, we showing the Lord that we fear Him, that we love Him, We showing Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai that we love and fear them, right? And that we believe, that we got faith, right? And it's a reward for that. But ultimately, I'm gonna go through Matthew 20, and Lord willing, through the Spirit, to just break it down. All right, Matthew 20, and starting at the top, verse 1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. All right, and that's Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, being that householder, right? And we being the laborers. The Lord setting up men, setting up prophets, right? Setting up those who's gonna take on this work, who's gonna pick up this plow. All right. And once we pick up the plow, once we begin this labor, we can't quit. We can't leave off from this work. All right, we gotta stick it out to the end. All right. Verse 2. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. All right. So, the Lord, agreed with us, kind of like a covenant, that if we labor in this work, man, at the end of the day, we will receive that penny. All right. So for the work that we do, we was promised that penny. That penny is ultimately symbolic for the kingdom of heaven, man. Salvation. It's salvation. All right. And we labor in the Lord's vineyard. It says, and he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. All right. Those who standing idle is those who don't have this truth. Those who are not laboring in his work. Right. You have some that came into the work early. Right. Those who that householder went out and immediately put the work. For example, the apostles and the elders that came before them, like Abba Bivens. Those would be those that, who labored in his work first, early. It says, and he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. Those who had yet to come into the truth, those who had yet to be awakened to this knowledge. It says, and said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. All right, so it's like another group was called into the truth, right? Was called into this work. It says, again, he went about the 6th and 9th hour and did likewise, right? Some time later, went out and did the same thing, called some laborers into this work, bid these men to the mayors, basically. All right, it says, and about the 11th hour, he went out and found others standing idle, and saith unto them, why stand ye here all the day idle? Why y'all not laboring in the work? Why y'all not, putting your hand to the plow? Everything else you doing is vain. Everything else don't matter. Everything else is it's not gonna give you this penny. It's not gonna bring you this penny, man. It says, they say unto him, because no man hath hired us. He saith unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. All right. And it's always going to be that penny. Salaki. It says, so when even was come, meaning the evening, the Lord of the vineyard saith unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. All right. So at the end of the day, man, when the work day was done, all of those laborers were called so that they may receive that penny. Now, those who began in the work first, or those who started laboring in the work first, they're going to receive that same penny that those who came in that 11th hour is going to receive. Again, that penny is symbolic for salvation, man, the kingdom. You can't give one man more salvation than the other. Salvation is salvation. Now, when it comes to, in the kingdom, when it comes to, the rank and the different, portions of fruit that brothers is gonna have, that's different than the actual penny itself. Because we're gonna have certain brothers who, had a more portion, a bigger portion, that did more work, that's going to receive more, because we all going to receive, that for which we've done. We're going to receive a reward for that which we've done, but we still all going to receive that penny, if that makes sense, right? The penny is salvation. It says, but when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny, right? So you're going to have some people who feel like, because we've been laboring in this work longer, we supposed to have a special kind of salvation. We supposed to have a special, you know, a special kind of kingdom, basically. And that's not the case, because those who the Lord ordained to get the kingdom, those who the Lord ordained to survive and and ultimately be saved and delivered, is just that. Whether you come into the truth, right before the end comes, or whether you came into the truth 30, 40, 50 years ago, whoever the Lord ordained to receive salvation is just that, man. It's just a blessing to be able to receive that penny in the first place. You can't be ungrateful about receiving the penny, right? Just be happy that you get a part in that. Lord willing, we be able to elect, man. If we get that penny, it's a blessing to even receive that penny. To be able to labor in the work, man, to be rewarded with that penny. All right. It says, and when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying, these lads have wrought but 1 hour, meaning they only worked 1 hour, because they came in the 11th hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden and heat of the day. Yeah, they're like, man, we've been out here in this hot sun, working all day until now, and they just came an hour ago. They ain't went through the same thing we went through, but they receiving the same reward as us. You rewarding us equally, and that's not the way to look at it. Just be grateful that we able to get the penny, and that's this is of course is a parable, but we're not supposed to look at it like, hey, we just want salvation, man. We just pray that we written in the book to get salvation, that we are part of that number that's going to receive the penny, man. I can't stress that enough. It says, take that thine is and go thy way. I will give thee unto this last, even as unto thee. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give them that came in the 11th hour the same thing I gave you. Right? Because, that's what we agreed to. When we came into this truth and we started laboring in this work, we agreed that, the reward for laboring in this work, once the work is finished, Lord willing, we endure and finish the work, that we're going to receive that penny. We all agreed to the same thing, whether it's a brother that come in and, right before the missiles hit and labor in the work, whether it's a brother that come in and only get to do one video, or go out to camp once or twice before the end comes. Who knows, man? But that brother is not going to receive, if he be of the elect, he's not going to receive any less salvation than another brother who's been in the truth for 40 years is going to receive any less salvation. All right. It's a lucky if I'm pausing, all of a sudden I got a toothache, but the lesson must go on. It says, verse 15. It says, it is verse 15. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Is thine eye evil because I am good? You know, like you gonna get mad at me for giving what I want to give with my money? Are you mad at me? Do you think I'm evil? Right? And hey, that's an ungrateful mindset. Again, this is what we agreed to. It's not no conditional thing, man. I mean, it is a conditional thing because if you do the work, you receive the penny. If you don't do the work, you don't receive the penny. But just because you've been doing the work longer, that doesn't make you any better than another brother who, because first of all, this is not up to us when we come into the truth, man. Because hey, leave it up to us. We would have came into the truth and been laboring in the work as soon as possible. But the Lord had it ordained to where certain brothers came into the truth at certain times. That's just the way it is. So if that's how the Lord got it written, then we just gotta accept that and be grateful. All right, verse 16. So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen. We just hope that we chosen. That's it. We just hope that we chosen because we didn't have to be called into this truth, man. Yeah, you could not have been called into this labor, to labor in this work at all. And then there's no penny for you. All right, but hey, that's what it's about. You got to keep on laboring, keep on fighting, keep pushing with diligence, with fear, with persistence, so that we may receive that penny, man. No matter when the Lord called us into this thing. This is labor is labor, man. All right. Now this is Matthew 19 and 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? All right. So knowing that we laboring for that penny, man, we gotta. This is the mindset we probably had when we first came into the truth. Like, okay, well, we laboring in this work. What we gonna have? Okay, now we understand that we all laboring for that penny, salvation. Right. And this is what Peter was asking unto Yahushua. It says, and Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me, in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, so those who have followed Yahushua, over the generations, man, in our past lives and in this life, right? When Yahushua is, finally is able to sit on the throne of his glory, right? When all is said and done, when the labor is done, then we may be able to sit on those thrones as well, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, man. The 144,000 governing body men, right? That's going to rule up under Yahushua, the kingdom of heaven. They're going to receive that penny. It says, and everyone that have forsaken houses and brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. For many that be first shall be last, and the last shall be first. All right, so, hey, we want to receive that penny. We got to forsake everything. We got to put our all into this work. All right. And that, being able to sit on the 12 thrones, or sitting on those thrones, man, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, that's that penny. Not only do we receive salvation in the kingdom of heaven, man, but we receive sovereignty, rulership. All right. Matthew 6 and 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, where thieves break through and steal. All right. So, the scriptures say labor not to be rich. Right? But we are laboring to be rich, but not in the world, not carnally. We laboring to be rich unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, unto the Lord. Laying up those treasures in heaven, man. Verse 20, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So you got people who's laboring in this life. They trying to get filthy rich in this world, man. They trying to get all the FRNs they can. You got people who trying to run it up with gold and silver. But that's not going to bring salvation. That's not going to get you the penny. You may have it on this side, but you're not rich towards Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's all in vain. All right. Revelation 22 and 12. All right. So we got to have our heart, meaning our minds, man, on the kingdom of heaven, man, on that penny. Right. And behold, this is Yahweh Shai speaking. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me. All right. So, Yahweh Shai, being that householder, right, the one who called those laborers to work, he's coming with, he has the penny. That's the reward. He has the penny ready for those who labored. Right? And he's ready to give that penny to those who put in that work. It says, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. Right? And everybody gonna get the same, the same reward, as far as salvation. But again, there's gonna be different portions in the kingdom, man. Certain brothers are gonna receive certain ranks, certain portions, so to speak, in the kingdom. But we all, Lord willing, we be of the elect. Lord willing, we be, our work be found worthy. We're gonna receive that penny, man. But I just wanted to, touch on that through the Spirit real quick. Yahweh by Shem Yahushua willing. This was edifying unto the elect, man. And, with that, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, peace, blessings, and safety unto the hopeful elect. All right, DTA, Abab, Babal, soon. Wakwam Yashala, and Shalom.